What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Frozen Road Podcast. I am John Hunter. This is Danny Hart. And Danny, what's up?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Fucking awesome, dude. Fucking awesome. We've already gotten like a ton of shit going on with baseball in the last 24 hours. Dude, the last 24 hours have actually been crazy. So I'm actually kind of excited that we didn't do Thursday and we did do Friday, mainly because of that. Like there's like all the different shit that went on. I mean, a team changed its name in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, we wouldn't have had that news yesterday.
No, we wouldn't have. We would have had to wait till next week to talk about this, but instead we will talk about it today. Actually, we can start off with that. So the Cleveland, now not Indians, they are the Cleveland Guardians now. Well, next year they'll be the Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah, after this year.
Dan, what do you think of that?
It's very interesting. I think, to say the least, it's a name that does any team in the United States have the name the Guardians? Like, I never heard anyone being called the Guardians.
I also have never heard of anyone named. Sorry.
No, there isn't.
I don't think there is a Guardians team.
Nah,
I don't think there's a Guardians team, and I don't know. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, for so long, like when we were talked about the possibility of a new team, like the Indians changing their name, I feel like a lot of people just kept saying the Spiders. The Spiders
go back to the Spiders, yeah.
And then, I mean, there's been other team names like that, like you just like, I don't know. I just feel like nothing really ever fit. Like, I like the whole Cleveland Spiders thing. I like the way that like the logo was. The logo was pretty cool. It was kind of Spider-Man-ish. It was, but It was cool. It was different. It was definitely different. But the Cleveland Guardians thing came out of nowhere. And
I was gonna say, like, I haven't paid attention. Like, I haven't been like paying attention to it daily, so I didn't know. I don't know if it was like rumors or anything, but that I didn't hear of this at all. Like, it definitely came out of nowhere, and it's not like they were like, "Oh, tomorrow we're gonna make a decision." I was like, "Yeah, we're the Cleveland Guardians now."
It seems like baseball's been doing really well with let's just out of nowhere, doing like new things like this. Like all year, I feel like we've had some, like, baseball's had some breaking news this year, which has been different from the last couple seasons, where I feel like everyone's kind of like, oh, well, I'm not really into baseball anymore. But like, baseball has just been pushing new things, and it's been pretty cool seeing the way that all this is like kind of like transpired. And now the Cleveland Guardians, I'm gonna have a hard time with that. But the logo dropped. They had like a whole press conference today, and it seems like everyone's pretty excited about this. I mean, there's been a lot of people who've just been bashing it on Twitter because they're like, the Cleveland Guardians, what's this? Yeah. And then you have the classic guys who were just saying, like, I saw somebody, like, when I posted that, I actually liked it. I actually liked the symbol and all. Somebody actually said, do you like that, or do you like the pussification of America? I mean, if it's I don't know. I'm not Native American, so I don't know that. I don't know that, like, how people feel. I'm not going to just throw that out there that, people are pussies because they feel a certain way about it. If it's offensive, then obviously take it the fuck out.
It's offensive.
Like, why, then it's offensive. Yeah, like, I don't really get why people, like, if people say that it is, then maybe it is. Like, I mean, calling it the pussification of America. I mean, there's definitely things that I think people need to, like, grow the fuck up on and, like, be less pussies about. But like that, I mean, if it's offensive, then it's offensive. Who cares? Like, why do you care? Why do you care so much?
Yeah. Obviously, the world is way more sensitive than it should be. But at the same time, it's like there's a million names out there. You have to, like, why would there even be like, if it offends people, then get rid of it. It's like it offended people that, like, oh, we shouldn't be called the Eagles because, like, you're cartoonizing a fucking bird. Like, who cares about that? Like, stupid shit like that. It's literally talking about a group of actual people. Like, if some people are offended, it's not pussification. It's like there are a million other choices you can go with. Why be named for a group of people?
Definitely, I agree with that, and I'm pretty on board, and I'm on board with the name change. I'm on board with the logo. I'm on board with it all. I actually don't hate it. Like, I've said this before. I've said this to a couple people already today. Like, I've hated things a lot more than I hate this.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you have a team in Washington that decided not to even try to name anything. They just went with the Washington football team.
I feel like that's way worse than
going for like
the Guardians.
Like they at least stuck it out. Like the Cleveland Indians stuck it out for a little bit, and they were like, we're going to continue to call ourselves the Indians for right now, but while we figure out what we're going to decide to call ourselves. And I respect that. I do. I do. I actually really respect that they were able to say like, this is why we're doing it. We're going to do it. And they put an end to it. And that's pretty cool. I mean, again, I really don't give a fuck. I feel like as I'm getting older, like I care less about shit like that. Like I'm not going to be up in arms about it. Like other people are. Like, who cares? It's a fucking team in Cleveland. Like, especially people. I see people in Philadelphia getting mad that they're called that they changed the name.
Legitimately pissed off. Like, this country is going to shit. Like, relax.
Yeah, who cares? It's a fucking baseball team that changed their name.
Your team's named after Native Americans, and it's called the Indians. Like that don't add up to begin with. Like, it's just it is what it is. Like, it's the fact that people are getting offended by the change. Like, who's the sensitive people? Like, you're being hypocrites. It's ridiculous.
Exactly. You're getting sensitive about people being sensitive right now. Like that's where we're at. That's where we're at in this world. But like, I mean, this has been a long time coming. We've known that this is going to be so. I mean, in 2018, that was the last year we saw Chief Wahoo on anything Cleveland Indians, and it just seemed like it was just going to continue to go in that direction. And
absolutely.
And I do. I'm actually really I actually like the team name. I do. And we got
now they're the Guardians of the 216.
Chris Lahiff with the only one team of Guardians.
Yeah, I definitely never heard of anyone named the Guardians. So they're original. They went with something.
They are
different.
I said this to you earlier. I think the team mascot should be Dave Bautista.
I think
that would be fucking fantastic.
He should just embrace it. Yeah, absolutely. Embrace the whole situation.
Embrace the Guardians. Embrace the whole thing.
Sell 50-50s all game and release one raccoon in the 7th inning stretch. Whoever catches them wins the 50-50. Easy money.
Look at this, dude. Like,
can't bring no BB guns, no weapons. You got the old 5 fingers. Yeah, the old fucking original 5 minutes.
That's it.
Fantastic.
And that's how you catch. And that's how you bring fans in.
That's how you market. If you're telling me I'm going $25,000 by catching a raccoon, I'll be there every night. I'll drive there from here.
On God, I'm catching that fucking raccoon.
On God,
I'm catching that raccoon. But yeah, man. I mean that, and then not only like so the Indians have changed their name. I just said that. Then there's another thing that's going on here where we got the Blue Jays heading back to Toronto. Yeah, they spent some time in Dundon. They spent some time in Buffalo again. And now they have found themselves going back to Toronto. And I like that. I'm a fan of that. Archie, who is pretty much the creator of the Buzz, he is actually from Canada, and he is ecstatic that he's getting his baseball team back. They've been in Buffalo, which isn't too far. It's not too far, but it's not Toronto. It's not the Rogers Center.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that's what my whole thing is. So you get to put a Blue Jays team who plan on making a push. They're 8.5 games out, which is crazy that they are. We talked about it earlier. The offensive numbers and their pitching have been top 10 on both sides, so they should be a better team. But You get Vladimir Jr. in an MVP race with the potential to hit 60 home runs and the potential to make a playoff push in the Rogers Center. Like, that's electric. Like, if that was in Dundon, like, that is taking so much away from a situation that could be so beautiful for the sport. Like, I hope that they go on a run when go 15-5 in the next 20, they get closer, and Vlad just keeps doing what he's doing, approaches 60 home runs. Like, those home games at the Rogers Center in late September, like mid to late September, are going to be electric. It's going to be amazing.
Absolutely.
And fired up.
And I mean, me and you have talked about this before about things in and he literally Chris just brought up Jose Bautista. When we talk about, Toronto baseball, you think of, big moments. I mean, Joe Carter, sorry.
That's okay.
In 93, you know what I mean? With the walk-off homer to win the World Series. You got Jose Bautista with his bat flip that pretty much changed baseball. Like, these are the things that happened in the Rogers Center. And it's good to have baseball back there. And like you just said, this is fun. It's a young team. And they're 4 games over 500 right now. They're not out of it. I wouldn't say they're out of anything.
Oh, not absolutely not.
You know what I mean? They can easily make a playoff push. They can. Realistically, they can make a solid playoff push. They're a good team. What were the numbers that I sent to you earlier? Which was kind of crazy.
I think they were like, I don't even know, first in slugging, like they're top 5 in slugging, OPS, all kinds of shit.
The Blue Jays right now are first in OPS, first in slugging, and first in home runs. They are second in average. They're third in WRC plus and 8th in on base percentage. And they're 8.5 out of first place in the AL East.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And there was a point where people were actually trying to make a statement about the AL East and not being that strong. I mean, one team went to the World Series last year. The other one gets picked to fucking go to the World Series every year by everybody, and they always disappoint people anymore. And then you have
neither of them are in first place.
And neither of them are in first place because the Red Sox are.
Yep.
So this whole that whole division is strong. So being 8.5 out and being 4 games over 500 is fucking amazing, to be honest. Like, because then you have a team like the Phillies who are 3.5 games out of first place in their division, and
4 games out, and
they're a game under 500.
Yeah, you put them in our division, they're tied for first. So
100%, yeah, and they're probably, to be honest, if you put them in the Phillies division, they're probably doing more than they're probably fucking our division. They're probably 15 games over 500 in the National League East.
Easily.
And I think I don't think that's really debatable. I think that they're just that much better than every team in the AL East and in the NL East. Like, I genuinely enjoy watching this Blue Jays team. I mean, Bo Bichette is somebody who I'm a big fan of.
He's so underrated too. If it wasn't for Vlad, like he would be talked about so much. I think he has 110 hits already. Like, he's going to have a 200 hit season right there. Yeah. If not,
I had
something like that, 109, 110 hits, somewhere around there.
Dude, I had I had a stat the other day about him, about Bo Bichette. Here it is. Bo Bichette. It says players in MLB history with 30-plus homers, 200-plus hits, 20-plus stolen bases, 40-plus doubles, 100-plus RBIs, 100-plus runs, and a 300 average in their first 162 games. Bo Bichette. End list.
Yeah, if you could do something, if you be on the only person on a 162 game list in MLB history, especially like with a 7 stat thing, like, that's unbelievable.
They're not like, let's just pass them off numbers. Like, they're legit numbers, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's a legit fucking force, dude. Like, he's a good player. Like, I mean, he does. I'm not saying he's out here fucking doing Vladimir Guerrero shit, but he's a very, very good baseball player to go with Vladimir Guerrero. Yeah, so now they thought they had something in Kevin Biggio. He struggled. He has struggled a lot this year. He hasn't really been himself. We're not. What is himself? No one's really sure.
Exactly,
I think his WRC plus is like 96 right now. League average is 100.
700 OPS.
Yeah, so he's just under
below average.
He's just below an average player, and I think they were hoping. Obviously, they were hoping for a little bit more because. I mean, the 3 of them are former Major League Baseball player. Are they all 3? No, Dante Bichette. Dante Bichette's not, but Craig Biggio and Vladimir Guerrero both are, and then you have Dante Bichette's son Bo, who's also on the team. So they have three guys who were pretty big in the major leagues during their time.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we can say it that way, because Dante Bichette was a good player. He wasn't a Hall of Famer. He had a lot of power.
Yeah, a little juice in his tank, but
he shot up a little bit. But you know what? That is what it is. It is what it is. Everyone did at that time. So and we talked about that. Fucking really can. And I think his son, I think Dante Jr. was was in someone's system at one point.
Yeah, I don't think he ever did. He ever touch the majors?
He didn't pan out. I don't think he ever panned out, but I know he. There was a thing where he was in the Little League World Series, and he was representing whatever Florida team, because he said his favorite baseball player was his brother Bo.
Oh, yeah, which is cool as shit.
So young Dante knew before he did that Bo's better than me, so he's probably better than his dad, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he what's he 22 years old and he's already putting up these numbers. Like, he's young as hell too. Yeah. They're all it's ridiculous. Like Simeon, he's having a crazy season. Like, he's such a good signing.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that they move him, he was good defensively at shortstop, and then now he's just playing great at second base. And then, like, Springer's back.
Randall Grichuk, who's one of my favorite players in the league.
Yeah. He
don't forget Teoscar Hernandez, who started in the All-Star game this year.
Crushes baseballs. Yeah, he's like their first 6 batters in the lineup now. It's just like they're going to be tough. And then you got Robbie Ray pitching better than he's ever pitched. I hate Robbie Ray. I think he stinks, but he's having a great season. Ryu's obviously just doing Ryu things. Yeah, I mean, they can't argue with his success. Like, they're both of them are pitching great. Matz has been okay. He's been pretty solid. But,
yeah, man.
They're definitely in a good position to make a run, and it would be awesome if, like, Rogers Center, September 29th, Vladdy hits the 60-second home run, breaks the AL record.
That'd be perfect.
To put them in their playoffs, like, Jesus.
Yeah, I would. And you know, I try to be as unbiased as I possibly can. I'm a Red Sox fan. I support the Phillies as well. Just being here, and you know, I told you earlier in this, like a couple weeks ago, about my mother-in-law, who was a huge Phillies fan, so I support them for her as well. Especially after she passed away. So, like, I have allegiance in 2 spots, but obviously I lean more towards the Red Sox spot. But like,
yeah,
I try to be as unbiased as possibly can. And being a Red Sox fan, having the fucking Toronto Blue Jays in your division, I still sit there and think, I actually like watching this team play, and it's one of the it's like a guilty pleasure. You enjoy watching that a little bit, and I always liked watching Tampa. I like a lot of players in like the AL East that aren't Red Sox. So
I mean, they're very likable teams. It's like, it's hard. How could you hate the Rays? Like, they do everything right. They have no superstars. They never do. Like, their organization is just ran perfectly. Like, it's hard to imagine disliking the Rays. And then the Blue Jays just have a bunch of young guns who are just crushing right now. Like, if they make a run, like, they're going to be that, like, fan favorite team that, like, the Royals were when they were really good. Like, they're going to have 12 All-Stars next year. Like that. That's just trying to, like, a genuine fan. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that, and I try to be. I try to be, as you know. I always say I'm a baseball fan first, Red Sox fan second. So, like, I always bury that a little bit. I always bury the Red Sox thing a little bit, but they're my favorite team. Obviously, the logo for the Frozen Road podcast actually is the Red Sox font. I don't know if anyone's ever noticed that, but but it is.
Never paid attention to that. Makes sense though.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, that's just, you know, it's just great to see young teams, like young players, playing to this capabilities. And what do you always say? It's good for baseball.
And they get to go back to the Rogers Center now, so it's great. Like, I just hope
I'm excited about that.
To put that storybook together. Let them hit the 60-second home run to break the AL record in a playoff race. Like, that'll be electric. That'll be,
no doubt.
That'll be fired up. That'll be great for baseball.
Absolutely, it would be. So we've touched on the Rays. So let's touch a little bit more on the Rays, because they did something yesterday as well in the last 24 hours, which has been more of the craziness that has gone on in baseball. You have seen them trade for the big boomstick, Nelson Cruz.
Yeah.
I mean, and then they also traded Rich Hill today.
Yeah,
Dick Maitland.
You know how, like, their organization ran so well that another team trying to shore up a rotation, trying to make the postseason, or like, can we borrow your 5th starter? And they're like, yeah, fuck it. We're going to the playoffs too, but we don't need them. You go ahead.
We'll just grab Nelson Cruz.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We got Boomstick to hit. He's probably going to hit 20 home runs there for the rest of the season. Like, the dude, doesn't matter where he goes, and now you're like, he in a dome, like, he's just going to continue to crush. Like, throw him in that lineup. They already hit a ton of home runs, and now just I'm happy. Like, it's a good move. I'm fired up for Nelson Cruz.
It is. Me too, because I feel like you're going to actually get to see. He's going to actually get a chance to have a deep playoff run.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not that Minnesota was ever bad to him. Not that, you know, they played pretty well with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
they've had good years, but
and including last year.
Yeah,
including last year, they had a good year, and then he's been a huge part of the fact that they've been one of the best offensive teams in baseball the last 2-3 seasons. So like we've been able to enjoy a lot when it comes to seeing him play this way, and I'm just happy that he gets to go there and do something. I saw somebody checked in on him as a second baseman. Yeah.
What?
A team actually checked in to ask if he's been taking any infield ground balls. I forget who it was. I saw it earlier.
That's absolutely outrageous.
That is
second base, like maybe first base. Like that would make sense. Second base, like that's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. I thought Moustakas moving to second base was crazy, and Travis Shaw moving to second base was weird. But at least they're third baseman. Like Nelson Cruz. I seen dumb Phillies fans talking about it. Oh, can we trade Nelson Cruz? Would he be able to handle center field? Like, no, not at all.
Not one bit. Have you?
No,
it's clear to me. It's clear to me that the Phillies fans didn't watch when he played outfield for the Rangers, and he legitimately lost a playoff game for them because he couldn't field a fly ball.
Yeah, he does not move well as a human being. Not even as an athlete, as just a regular human. His legs don't go that fast. He also hit a home run already for the Rays. He hit a home run today already.
Yeah, and it's what he does. It's what he does. Hold on. I gotta find the second base conversation.
I can't believe that's a real thing. Like I understand that fans are just trying to get bats and put them places, but
it was the Padres.
What?
The Padres checked in apparently to ask if he could play, if he could handle second base.
Why?
No fucking clue.
Right.
I mean, I get it because they want to put him somewhere in the lineup, but I mean, second base. If you're going to make him play anywhere, I would just say, hey, Eric Hosmer, I think it's time to sit the bench, and I'll just use Nelson Cruz. If I'm playing him anywhere, it's probably first base.
If it's like a platoon thing, something like especially in the playoffs, like matchups. But second base, like what the hell? You trust your pitchers that much that you're just like fuck it, we don't need a second baseman. That's crazy. Even if like I don't know. That's just
Chris said is what Cruz is such a stud. More career homers after the age of 35. Yeah, I mean.
He's like 43, right?
Some of them had to do with his dabble in the HGH as well. He did get busted for that at one point, but
good for him.
Good for him.
His career has been fantastic.
He gave it the old college try, and it worked.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I guess he just kept the muscle on and said, "Listen, I'm just going to keep fucking blasting homers, so it doesn't even fucking matter."
I don't know how that works. If you do a little couple cycles here and there, and you add 20 pounds.
Stay strong.
Guess if you just eat enough, you maintain it. Like I guess that's how it works. And what a financial decision that was on his part.
He's like, you know what?
Ton of money.
Like, fuck it. He's like, fuck it. I'll get hit with a fucking 60 game.
Whatever. I don't feel like playing. Yeah. I'll take 2 months off.
And in those 2 months, what I'll do
to prolong my career for 5 years.
I'll just get fucking yoked in fucking 2 months.
Like,
I'll come
back. I'm on steroids. You're gonna give me 2 months off just to work out. All right.
That's what I'll do. I'll
be back.
And I'll get my hitting going. I'll learn how to do this. I'll learn how to do this better than I ever did. Yeah, I'll just be the fucking best.
I'll come back in 10 years. I'll hit 400 home runs. No big deal.
Yeah,
that's just what he's done. No,
and that's what he does. And he has been that guy. Fucking right, it has been. He's listen.
And it's not.
He's not a businessman. He's a businessman.
But he's a businessman. But he's not it's not like he's like a Joey Gallo type either that strikes out 230 times a year. He's like his on base percentage is probably always close to 400ish. Like his not the average means a lot, but it's always close to 300. Like he's just a good all around hitter. He kind of reminds me offensively of like JD Martinez, but obviously more of like I guess more of a power guy. But they're like similar where they're just both really good hitters, and they're just other than that they can't really do much. But what a pickup for the Rays. They're just throw another stud in the middle of the lineup. Like
I feel like they're constantly putting pressure on Chaim Bloom and Brian Cashman. They're constantly putting pressure on both of them now. I mean, obviously this has been going on for years with the Rays, so Chaim Bloom's only in his second season, but I mean, they've been putting pressure on anyone who's been the Red Sox GM or head of baseball operations, and Dave Dombrowski, guys like that. Like they've always put pressure on them guys to have to do more than they really probably even want to do. And they made such a fucking crazy move in saying, "Listen, we're just going to go out and get Nelson Cruz." Like, did you ever even hear that the Rays ran on Nelson Cruz? No, you didn't, because I feel it. And this is just even more of a tip of the cap to the Rays organization, because they keep things hush and they go out there and they get their fucking guys, and they put their teams in great spots to win at all times.
Yeah, and like you said, they don't give the other teams in that division a chance to relax. Like the Red Sox, they have to look at them like, why? Like you're already right behind. Like you're right there. Like why do you just went and got Boomstick? Now we got to go do something. And it's like, like you said, it's the organization, like from the ground up, like like either way, top to bottom, whatever you want to say. They draft so well, they develop so well that like they don't even have to deplete their farm system ever. Their 30th prospect would be the Phillies' 4th prospect. Like they're just so deep. They're so good at what they do. They're so typical, I don't know, but the fact that they can just make these deals all the time and just like, I don't know, completely.
Who always is who's Keith Newman? Is this TKN Rises?
I appreciate a good use of the word bozo though, so do not mind that.
Yeah, if you don't say bozo, I mean, good on you.
I'm a big fan of bozo.
Don't know who the fuck Keith Newman is, but shout out, thank you, I appreciate that.
TKN.
Why come on? I don't know if that is him.
Maybe.
Oh, it is him. It is.
Sure is.
I knew. Listen, I knew that's who it was. TKN Rises. Thank you for listening. You're my fucking guy. Thank you as always.
Fucking appreciate a good bozo.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. He just doesn't ever fucking call us bozos when we're talking to him on the Diamond Club. He's usually really nice. He's usually really nice to us.
He came right with his government name and just fucking start going after it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, instead of his fucking Twitter handle like he usually does.
It's usually just the other way around.
That's a good move.
Yeah, you usually talk shit on the.
Apparently,
fresh out of the shower.
Really tasty. We look tasty tonight. Apparently.
Yeah, I'm not.
But that was impressive. That Keith Newman. I'm not going to call. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not calling him Keith Newman. He's TKN Rises.
Yeah, always. I don't like calling people by their government when I know their other names.
No, when I know their Twitter handle, I refuse to call them by anything else.
Yeah.
But dude, Eric, and that's a big thing, is Eric Neander is such a good business move, like for the Rays. Like they were pretty much, he was like dangling all year. Like people really wanted him. The Phillies apparently wanted him. Yeah. He was somebody that the Phillies wanted for with the job that Dombrowski has right now.
Yep.
And I mean, I don't know. I'm a big fan of Eric Neander, and I wanted the Phillies to get him because I think he would do such wonders to completely shape that entire farm system, get the farm system going. But what the hell are you going to do? The Rays are just on another fucking level, and
absolute juggernaut of what they do. Like just developing talent. Like it's ridiculous how good their developmental system is. Like they consistently just have top prospects, and they've been good. It's not like they stink. Like they've regularly been good now. Like they're always in contention, and they just continue to pump out these prospects that give them a chance to just make whatever moves they want. And it's
man,
like it's crazy. Like
you said, like their 30th would be the Phillies' 4th, and like they realistically had what 3 or 4 top shortstops in the top 100.
right now. Yeah, I mean
right
Franco's
now.
obviously up now, but yeah, they got like 2 more that are
all 3 of them. I think all 3 of them are up this year.
Aren't they? I don't know if the third one was.
I'm almost positive all
they might
3
have
of
all
them
been
up because they had who the fuck was it?
Brouillon.
Brouillon was up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then they had.
Let's see.
Who was the other shortstop? Because he was a white dude. What the fuck is his name? Franger. Let me see. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll get to the bottom of this.
63 of their top prospects are shortstops. It's crazy.
I'll get to the bottom of this right now. Give me 1 second.
Xavier Edwards hasn't been up, right?
It's Taylor Walls was the other one.
Oh, yeah, Walls, yeah.
Taylor Walls. So they had 3 of their top shortstop prospects up this year. All 3 of them gave them a shot after they decided to trade Willy Adames, who has just been on a fucking tear since he went to Milwaukee. So it wasn't like they had some slighted, shitty shortstop. They had something tells me, like me and you talked about this about Willy Adames. Like I feel like the breathing down his neck of them 3 was like, all right, like I can't. There's nothing I can do here that's going to make them really want me to stay here.
I'm not part of the future, so get me the hell out of here.
And it's not like he's old. Like Willy Adames is
not at all. He's like 27.
Yeah, he's not old. He's still one of the best defensive shortstops in baseball. And now he's adding offense to that. I mean, I don't really know.
It's been a huge pickup for the Brewers. Yeah,
absolutely, yes, absolutely, yes.
That again, like that goes right into our conversation. Like this team just continues to do this, where they can just be like, all right, Willy Adames, we don't have to give him a big. We don't have to give him a big contract. You've been great for us. We'll trade you, and now we got another person that we have under control for 7 years that we don't have to worry about paying him. Like it's just crazy that they continue to just do this. And it's like
the value.
They are the bar that other teams need to consider. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the top teams when it comes to knowing how to manipulate their like the young players, they're not going to sign. They're not like they have old players, they have veterans that they're just going to be like, you know what, I'm going to move on from them. It's them, and the St. Louis Cardinals have been doing it for longer than anybody. They don't usually keep old heads. Like sometimes they don't really ever sign anybody that's like they don't usually give out big contracts. And I think I think the Mark McGwire days is really what kind of is right where they kind of like stopped with that. Like they made some trades over the years. Like the Mark McGwire teams were good, but they weren't what the Cardinals became in the 2000s. You know what I mean? So it's like they made like little trades, like one being Scott Rowland, which really at the time wasn't a little trade. That was actually a pretty big trade.
Yeah.
They got him. They got, guys like Pujols who they were able to just find. Yeah, no one still has any idea how old he was when they found him.
No, not at all.
No, I think I'm almost positive he's 59 years old, but they're saying that he's 40 something. Yeah, 43. It's
exactly. Like, he was 12 when he was driving into fucking practices when he was 12. But like that they were the team, but like then they continue to do it. They're still in that conversation, and like that's the same thing. They just always them was like I feel like they always had just horses in a rotation. Like they would just every 2 years just find another guy. Like, oh my god, all right. Well, now this guy's an ace too. Like that, they were so good at developing that. So they were innings eaters, and they just made it so easy for their team to have success. And now you have the Rays that are just ridiculous with their like even their pitching. Like you get Blake Snell, and then you trade you let him go, and it's like Blake Snell hasn't been that good. Like they know what to do with these players. Like it's crazy.
They don't commit, which is fine.
Yeah,
but
they don't fall in love.
They're like, listen, we know it's time. It's a business.
Yeah.
Starting off, that's what it is. It's a fucking business. And I feel like that's something that people have a hard time differentiating on what is what. You have a hard time finding out if, like it is, because that's what you got to remember. All in all, it's a business. But they know when to dump and when to bring on. And that's like they'll find right. Like it's not like they don't ever sign veterans. I mean, obviously, look who they just fucking traded.
Traded for the oldest dude in the world besides Pujols.
Yeah, besides Pujols, they traded for the oldest guy in baseball. So like, they're not dumb. Like they just know when to grab guys, and that's of art. It's seriously an art.
Absolutely. And they like just what they do gives them the opportunity to do. They're like options are limitless because of all the like leeway they give themselves with everything. Like they have every prospect imaginable that they could use to trade. Like they have MLB ready guys to come up if need be, so they could trade MLB guys like Adames. They don't have to worry about it. Like they're so well ran. It's just
absolutely.
It's like it sucks that Toronto happens to be in that division with juggernauts like that.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
It's tough. You almost like fuck the Yankees, obviously, but like it's hard not to even like I'm a Phillies fan, obviously. Red Sox are one of my favorite teams as well. So are the Rays. So are the Blue Jays. It's like that whole division.
Yeah,
it's they're easy to root for.
Exactly. Yeah, but they're hard to root against.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You can be a fan, like even though like if growing up, I always disliked baseball. I always just liked. I almost liked every team. I mean, but the Yankees. I always had a special hate for the Yankees. Like there's a lot of teams that I enjoy watching. Like against the Phillies, like everyone hated the Braves. I enjoyed Chipper Jones. I enjoyed Andrew Jones. I enjoyed watching them guys play. So it's like
Freddie Freeman's one of my favorite players now. It's just like I don't know. I don't have that like football hatred mentality, I guess.
No, and I think that I think that's what comes with. We're both from Philadelphia, so we both see how the fans are here. So it's like baseball was never. It has up until 2007 for us at our age group.
Yeah, our teams were absolute trash.
They were trash. They were just mediocre. They were just there. They almost had it, and then they were like, you know what? Never more. Like we're good. So like, there's a lot of times where like, it wasn't a huge thing here. So like, you had more of a like, let's look at this team. You know what I mean? Like you could move on and not be really committed to watching fucking Doug Glanville. You know what I mean? At all times, and like teams like that, you want to watch other teams. So like, I don't know. I love that. I love that. There's still that love for other, like you can like a team, but you can also like and enjoy watching these young players from like Toronto Blue Jays, for instance, and even go over to the Braves and look at fucking Ronald Acuna. Guys like that is just.
Yeah, it sucks that he got hurt. Still, it's so bad. But
Freddie Freeman looks like he belongs in prison for being framed for his wife's murder. Dude, that is extremely descriptive, but I see it. I see what you're talking about. He does have that I didn't do it look, but he might have done it.
He has the biggest teeth of all time. And his pants are way too high as well. All in all, still one of my favorite players, but
this is the thing. It's clear that he has psychopath tendencies because like if you looked at him smile when he was holding Fernando Tatis's jersey in front of his son, who already told his dad, you got to get better because I need to meet Fernando Tatis because you're not my favorite player, my dad. You know what I mean? Like
you're trash so far this year, so you need to make the All-Star game so I can meet him.
Because if I can't meet him, then you're the worst out of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So it's like your stupid giant teeth.
Yeah, and your boxed haircut.
Yeah,
he does look like Buzz.
Yeah, exactly.
He looks like Buzz. He looks like Buzz. You know what I mean? He looks like Buzz. He does.
He does.
And it's a fact. But
shout out to Buzz.
Any further. But yeah, shout out the Buzz right there. So you know what? While we're actually on the subject of the Buzz, I would like to stop for anybody who's watching on YouTube, Facebook, anything like that, and play a little promo for the Buzz and what we have to offer here.
War. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Bringing that to competitors. Till we see the confetti fall, be ready for war. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Bringing that to competitors. Till we see the confetti fall, be ready for war. Tell them I'm ready, any opponent. The crown heavy and every minute is chosen. A path only fit for kings, and you don't know what this court means. What did you enlist for? If it isn't getting more rings, then you gon' have to switch your team. Trust me, it gets more mean. I'm a nightmare going up against your dreams. First step is explosive like a bomb hit. Bet if I let it fly, I cannot miss. And you ain't got a chance at the top 10 when you getting clamped all night by a locksmith. On the block, throwing lobs to my top bigs. I'm a chef, no look, what's the top dish? Tie game, through the pressure as the clock ticks. Crossover, step back, hit a shot, swish.
All right, so that is everything the Buzz has to offer as far as podcasts go. But we also, if you go on the website, if you go on to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they have a bunch of articles, stuff like that. It's actually really, really enlightening. A lot of things that they do, I'm a big fan of everything they have. So go on there, go watch, go look at everything we have to offer on there. The Buzz, we got what you need. Also, while I have you, let me tell you about the fastest growing construction company in the tri-state area. That's Garrett Group Construction. GGC is available to service all of your construction needs. They specialize in gut rehabs, basements, bathrooms, and kitchens. Choose Garrett Group Construction, the official sponsor of the Frozen Road podcast. Call today for a free estimate, 267-262-1660. Once again, that is 267-262-1660. There is no job too big or too small. Shout out to my boy, Joey fucking Garrett.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the next thing I want to talk about, also a crazy 24 hours, Yermin Mercedes.
What a weird situation is going on. He had to be drunk or something.
Dude, when I saw it, I mean, like, I had a conversation. I've had a conversation with somebody, like I think it was my buddy Ryan, who I was talking to, and we were talking about how, in the beginning of the year, it's like, dude, Yermin Mercedes, he could be the rookie of the year.
Yeah, where the fuck did he come from? He's 28 years old.
Where'd he come from? But you know what?
Now where did he go?
Where did he go? It's just like
your mom, Cotton Eye Joe Mercedes.
Yeah, like they legit just said, listen, we're going to send you down. Don't know really why. I think it had a lot to do with psychopath Tony La Russa and him just trying to swing his dick again. But what he did was he sent him down. Yermin fucking killed it. Has been killing it since he sent him down about a month ago. And then the other night he was just like, retire in Spanish. He said that on Twitter. I mean on Instagram. And then he deletes all of his Twitter, all of his pictures of the White Sox down. Like he looked like a butthurt girlfriend.
He got broken up. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It looked like he got broken up. He's like, fuck him. And he just deleted all their pictures. I don't want anything to do with the fucking Chicago White Sox. It was just
fuck Tony La Russa and his wrinkly balls.
It was just the strangest fucking turn of events. And I don't know if anyone really like if you watch it and then you're like, all right, well, Yermin Mercedes retired. Then the next day you're getting a report from Jeff Passan saying he is actually in uniform today.
Yeah. It's like, what?
I'm like, how did that? Yeah, how did that all happen? And I don't know if you read the I'm back post.
I did not.
But it was clear as day that he wrote it in Spanish.
Yeah,
and then whoever posted it hit C translation.
Oh, it's just a massacre of a statement.
Dude, it was just jumbled words. But and I saw someone posted on a big page. It was one of those baseball talk pages or whatever.
Yeah, and just seen the statement and was like, all right, let's put this out there. Hurry up and put that out there. It's like, what?
Someone actually said, did Joe Biden prepare the statement for him? I was reading it so confused. And then at the end, I was like, dude, someone definitely had C translation. And 100%. Then at that, all it said at the end was, I'm back. And after all that, it said, I'm back. So I'm like, all you really had to read was the ending part there. No one had any idea what this dude was saying, but it was pretty funny, the whole thing of it. But
yeah, it's hard enough to read one sentence when it says C translation. You can kind of put the sentence together and be like, I guess it means this, but a whole paragraph, that's it. Insane move, dude. Just hit C translation and just let it fly.
I feel like I have to find this.
Is it going to give me a stroke trying to read it? The old Sleepy Joe presidential statement.
All right, so here is the Spanish version.
Okay.
All right. See translation. I will never give up. I last 10 years in the minor league. I always understand that the process is great, but the talent and what I have showed speak for yourself only with the greatest of humility. I'm speaking from the heart. My dream as a player established in the big leagues. I have always asked God to give me the opportunity that I gave me 3 months ago. I owe my family. Like these are like, this is the flow of the sentence right now. And then at the end, it says, God bless y'all. I love everybody. I'm back. And with a baseball emoji.
Okay.
You could have just said that.
Yeah, you could have easily just put nine words out there and been good.
Ended it. And like, I don't know. I'm happy he's back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see him retire.
He seems like a fun player. He was very fun to watch earlier in the season. Tony La Russa gave him a pee smack for swinging.
Yeah.
Fucking 3-0. Like, I mean, I don't get it. I really don't. And I think it was also against a position player as well. Correct?
Yes. Yeah, it was.
So even more, why not just take advantage of the opportunity of this dude throw me a fucking batting practice fastball?
Like we talked about this. I think we talked about this on a podcast before. Like these dudes get paid for their offensive production.
Yeah,
they're going to, if they get a chance to stat pat a little bit, let them do it. Like it's what the
go
fuck?
for it.
Exactly.
Like when they hit arbitration, him having one less home run than so and so would hurt him in arbitration.
Absolutely. Yep.
So go for it. I'm all for.
Yeah,
I'm like
that swing.
I'm all for growing the game.
Yeah, that swing might have made him $500,000. Like you're going to be mad about that. Like, dude, relax.
Yeah.
And then, like, yeah, he handled that so bad. Then he takes the other team's side. Like, oh yeah, if they hit him, I agree with it. Like, come on, dude. It's like they handled that. Yeah, they handled him so poorly. Like, yeah, obviously you can't sustain the numbers that he were putting up in the beginning of the season. Like, obviously he's going to come back down to earth, but just to not have his back and then make this dude a career minor leaguer finally burst onto the scene. And then you have your own manager, like, not make you feel at home. It's like, this shit's ridiculous. Like, and La Russa is getting a lot of praise and shit, I guess, for his team being successful, but that's the worst division in baseball, probably. And it's like, I don't know. It sucks that I'm glad he's back. Glad whatever the fuck he said, whatever we were just reading, that made me a little I got a little headache right now, but
that huge run-on sentence I just read.
Yeah, I guess they don't do punctuation in translations.
Just fucking straight on. Just give it to me.
Yeah.
Read it long and read it slow.
Make it long and hard for me to read in the homework.
make it as hard as you can for me, boy. Just fucking give it to me. Dude, it's on fucking real, dude. Speaking of real, what do you think of the Giants? Are they for real?
Oh my god, it's like I guess they have to be at this point,
dude.
Like,
time out. I think I deserve a little bit of credit for how I'm just rolling into all.
That was smooth. It was smooth with the buzz. Smooth with that. Speaking of
dude, we've just been fucking flowing all night. It's like I brought up
just like my Bud Lights, fucking flowing all night, baby.
Shout out to Bud Light.
Shout out to Anheuser-Busch. Make fantastic product.
Hopefully one day you will be our sponsor. It would be great to have you guys be our sponsor. You know,
if you're listening,
we're all in.
Absolutely.
But yeah, dude, we talk like if you really look at it, like the way that we just kind of flowed into a lot of these topics. Listen, go back and hear how we flowed in. Like we were talking about the Blue Jays. No, and not at all. We just did it. Talk about the Blue Jays. We were talking about the Blue Jays at one point. And then we talk about how strong the division is. We hit the Rays. Then that flowed into Nelson Cruz.
Yeah. And then Cruz.
You don't get that everywhere else.
Then we start talking about Freddie Freeman, talked about the buzz, and then we had all the buzz advertisements. It's fucking beautiful.
It is what it is. That's just the way.
It's greatness.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, the Giants.
Speaking of retiring, they might make Kenley Jansen retire. The last 2 days he's had there, he's getting absolutely booed the fuck out of Los Angeles. Yeah, their fans were loud the last 2 games in dismay over him.
You know who's really good at taking on battered closers? The Philadelphia Phillies.
The Phillies, yeah. I wouldn't mind that.
If on the Phillies, I'd be like, hey, I'd be like, hey, Dodgers, I know you guys are really strong. What do you guys need?
Yeah.
They give us Kenley Jansen.
Like, well, Phillies, you don't have anything that we need. So,
and then they'll look at it and go, you just don't have anything. So,
yeah. Hang up that.
Or they'll be like, you know what? How about you give us Bryson Stott? And the Phillies will be like, sure.
Yeah, here you go. Here you go, guys. Yeah. For a fucking. All right. Well, I mean, yeah, at this point, it's like, it's hard to argue that they're not for real. Like, the Giants just went into LA battling them, come from behind wins. Like, the Dodgers had a chance to go ahead in the division. 2 nights ago, they had a chance to tie the division. They had a lead, obviously. Jansen blows it. So 2 games back. Again, yesterday, had a lead. I think it was, 3-1 into the 9th? Yeah. Jansen lets out 4 runs. Like, they absolutely have his number, and that's so they're 3 games back now, I guess. That would if my the old basic math would work. I think they're 3 games back.
Yeah.
1 plus 1 plus 1. Got that.
Dude, if you look at this team, it's actually amazing how well they're doing offensively.
Yeah, I mean Posey, like he just continues. Like he came in 2 nights ago, pinch hit, lead off against Jansen, and just smashes the single to right field, and that started the rally, and then they won. It's just like they're very well put together. They're obviously all bought into the system that whatever's going on there, they're playing for each other. Just like they at this point, you can't really argue that they aren't for real. Like they're playing, they just went to LA and took games from them. So it's like, I don't know.
You have guys you have a guy like Brandon Crawford who's absolutely playing out of his mind. It's a shame because if Fernando Tatis wasn't playing as great as he has,
if he wasn't being absolutely
this year,
Crawford would have MVP talks. Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. And he could be a legitimate MVP conversation. You know what I mean? I mean, they have, was he a 3.2? He's a 3.3 F4. He's got 18 homers. He's got a 20% K rate, which is actually
lower than average.
Below league average.
Yeah, better than better than league average. Yeah, it's lower than, but yeah, makes sense.
They got I saw earlier. They have a ton of guys over the 10% walk rate this year.
Yeah, which is
I think they're like 7th or something in walk rate in American and in all of baseball. Like they're doing things that like you said, they've bought into the let's get on base and let's see what happens.
Yeah, they're kind of playing like Oakland A's type baseball. Like it seems like they're the NL's Moneyball team right now. It's just like
I mean
they got people they're going to get fucking Darren Ruff from Japan and bring him back, and he's just playing good baseball. Like everyone on our team just they know their roles. Obviously, it helps a ton having guys like Crawford and Posey from their championship runs. Like these dudes have been there multiple times, and it's like everything's clicking for them. And I would have to say they're for real. They're going out to LA and beating them. Like it's not like they're just beating. They obviously can't beat up on their own division. They got the 2 of the best teams in the league in their division. But I mean, granted, the other ones are absolutely terrible. But it's like at this point, hard to argue against them being for real.
I agree. And I know people in Philly have they keep continuously comparing Gabe Kapler and Joe Girardi. I feel like it's hard. Like you can't, it's not like Joe Girardi and Gabe Kapler had the same teams. They didn't. Yeah. They honestly did not have the same teams. So that's one comparison. Currently, they don't have the same talent on their teams. They don't. Like I think the Phillies offensively are very good. I mean, they haven't played that way. Yeah. But they definitely have potential. They definitely have the potential to move that way. And I think that sucks is that we keep talking about potential with them because it's now at the point where it's shit or get off the pot. Like you gotta let's make that potential become like something.
Exactly.
And I think that has been a big issue with that. But like keep continuously harping on the fact that Gabe Kapler is winning in San Francisco. Like it's hard because did you see like I don't really remember, but in 2004 were there people comparing the 2000 Phillies to the 2004 Red Sox for Terry Francona? Probably not. Want to know why? Because that's apples and oranges. They're fucking two different things.
Way different, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, which is exactly what the San Francisco Giants and the Philadelphia Phillies are. They're two different teams.
Who
can't really compare that.
No. Who is the Giants pitching coach?
Andrew Bailey.
He's their pitching coach. He's doing it. Like the fact that that's great. That's impressive on his part.
I think it's Andrew Bailey.
So, like I feel like that's such a like a benefit for them. Like they've just gotten these random pitchers from all different teams, like Gausman, like Desclafani. Like these dudes were like okay middle to back end rotation guys for every team that they played for. Then they all go to the Giants, meet up, and they're just all playing very well. It's like we don't have that. Specifically, we don't have their rotation. We don't have them guys are pitching lights out. Besides Wheeler, our rotation has been absolutely terrible. Like Noah's been one of the like worst pitchers in baseball over the last 12 starts or whatever it is. It's like, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like the Giants, I mean, Andrew Bailey has all their pitchers in the right mindset.
Yeah.
Gabe's obviously not doing anything to hurt anything.
He is the pitching coach there.
Yeah,
it is official. I just
Yeah, I mean, I would say
that just rolled off the tongue, by the way.
Yeah. Andrew Bailey, obviously. Like
who's the Giants pitching coach? Andrew Bailey? What?
MLB former great Andrew Bailey.
Hey, former rookie of the year, Andrew Bailey.
Yeah, he's a good player.
And I believe Rolaids relief
fell off. Oh, definitely Rolaids.
I believe he won a Rolaids relief pitcher of the year.
Definitely, he was a stud for a few years. Yeah, but I mean, I can't say they're not. He did not. Like,
he's a two-time All-Star in an AL and just the 2009 Rookie of the Year. That's it.
He's a Rolaids relief man in our hearts.
He is. He also pitched for the Phillies at one point.
Yeah.
He pitched for the Oakland A's, the Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees, the Philadelphia Phillies, and the Los Angeles Angels.
He was good as shit for the A's.
Did Gabe Kapler play with him in Boston?
They probably had ties somewhere. It would make a ton of sense. But
I thought he might have been the manager for Andrew Bailey because Andrew Bailey was here in 2016 and he was the manager of the Phillies from 2018 to 2019. So he missed them by 2 years. But somehow they linked up. It wasn't in Boston. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean
that's what I mean, that's a good I mean that's just what they're doing is impressive.
Absolutely.
It's impressive that they were able to get they're getting the most out of the players they have. And I mean you can't deny how well that they played together and how well they gelled. I mean, you got Buster Posey, you have veterans. They have veteran leadership there. So they have guys who have done this before. They've won the World Series before.
And that goes a long way.
And then you added Gausman. You added, you know what I mean? You have Cueto. Cueto has actually been pitching. Beginning of the year, he was pitching fucking lights out.
Yeah,
he's come back to earth. He's definitely come back to earth a little bit, but he's still giving you solid starts. Mm-hmm. I don't know. There's just a lot that goes into this. It's more than just, you know, this team is better on payroll. This team has a higher payroll than this team, and that's why they should be better. Doesn't always matter that way. It's just it's people getting the most out of their players, and like you said, they might have bought in.
They absolutely are
bought in. And I don't.
I mean,
don't see anything else than that.
What do you got?
What'd you say?
For like anything trade? You think like anything like any rumors or anything about trades? Like where do you think?
I mean,
I guess
we have. I mean, the one thing I feel like
players are going to be moved
is. I mean, you keep hearing Craig Kimbrell, you keep hearing Chris Bryant. I feel like there is
Trevor Story.
Like yes, Trevor Story. Did you see that with the Phillies? Checked in about him playing center field.
Yeah, about him playing center field. Of course they did.
As if their current shortstop isn't the biggest fucking liability on their team.
Yeah, well, that's the Phillies.
Hey,
that's what they do.
That's what they do. That's what they do. And I mean, I think they seem a little bit smarter asking him to play center field than the Padres did asking if Nelson Cruz can play second. But
yeah, that's not the yeah. But I don't know. Again, we got how many days we got now? We got 8 days until the trade deadline.
8 days until the trade deadline. So
next Saturday.
It's usually on Sunday, isn't it?
Ton of moves. That's what I thought, but
I thought it was
next Friday. Oh yeah, it would be. Yeah, next Friday would be the 30th. So
it's usually on a Sunday. So I mean, we had a couple trades today. In the last 2 days, we said we met Nelson Cruz. You have Rich Hill today going to Dick Mountain going to the Mets. I mean, the Phillies are going to have to be aggressive. There's a ton of teams that are going to have to be aggressive, and it's funny that I sent you this little it was a standings, and it was the Cubs, and then it was the Phillies.
Oh yeah, the Phillies. Yeah, same record.
They had the same record. I think the Phillies might have been 1 game over 500, while when I sent it to you, it was the Phillies were at 500 and the Cubs were 1 game under 500. And one team 7.5 games out of the wild card, I believe, is what that showed, and the other team is 7.5. And the Phillies are apparently going all in, and the Cubs to the Cubs selling their entire
blowing their team up. Yeah, it's crazy.
They're fucking folding, and it just that is baseball. That is baseball to its fucking purest form. That one team is looking in panic mode, while the other team is looking at it as this is.
Yeah, we're gonna
what? We're not that
moves.
bad.
Yeah,
we're not that terrible.
Same exact record.
Same exact record. It's and to be honest, the only reason why the Cubs record looks like that is because of that lengthy losing streak they went on. At one point, they were like
11 in a row.
Were they 15 games over 500 at one point?
Yeah, they were playing very well. I mean, they were exactly so. They were a game under. They had like a 11 game losing streak, and just take that out. They're 10 games above 500. Like
that's 10 games right there.
They had a terrible week and a half, and they're like, "Fuck it, we got to get rid of everybody." And the Phillies have just been mediocre all season. They haven't been more than 4 games above 500 or less than 4 games under. They're like, all right, we might be able to win the World Series. Let's go. It's a completely different mindset. Yeah,
it's
fucking insane.
Just crazy. Like you got a guy like Dave Dombrowski who is about to fucking sell the farm to make this team a playoff team. But like you have guys like John Middleton, who is the owner of the Phillies, who mentioned, "I'm not going to trade and do big trades just to go out in the first round."
Yeah, so if you're going to do it,
I understand that and I respect that.
We're going to fucking do it. Like the Philly. That's pretty much what he's saying. If we're going to go over this tax threshold, we better fucking win. So go get the pieces you need. Yeah. So I mean, I guess we'll see. We got 8 days to figure it out.
My buddy Ryan just texted me and said, "Trade Bone for Bryant. I don't care."
I fucking do that in a heartbeat.
He's done with Chris Bryant. I mean, he's done with Alec Boehm at this point. And there's a lot of people who are. So, I mean, you could see him be a guy who's traded. I mean, the big trade pieces during this it's got to be Chris Bryant, Craig Kimbrell. It looks like Byron Buxton could be on the move. Jose Barrios is a guy who could be on the move. Pretty much any prospect the Phillies have seems like they're ready to just get rid of them to make this team a contender.
Besides, I guess Spencer Howard, I feel like they don't even have no type of plan for any other prospects. Doesn't seem that they do anyway. It's just like
Bryson Stott, maybe.
Yeah, and it's like I don't even know. It doesn't seem like they have a plan for him. I guess not signing Didi long term is a plan for him, but it's like it doesn't seem like the Phillies are too fucking married to these prospects. So Dombrowski might just be slinging these dudes all over the place the next 8 days.
Yeah, I mean, and it could happen, and I don't know. I'm really just looking forward to for teams to really like figure out. Like, I don't even know what a team could need right now. Like certain teams, like you hear, like I assume that a team like the Padres would probably try to shore up the bullpen a little bit.
Yeah.
Like there's they've had concerns with Melanson this year as far as blowing saves as well. So he's been in rough situations. He is a guy who gets a lot of time in there. So I believe he leads the league in saves right now. Mike Melanson, if I'm not, I know he was leading at one point. Makes sense.
Bryce Harper just stole home, by the way.
But you know what? He shouldn't be leading off. He leads the team in fucking stolen bases. He leads the team in on base percentage. That's a leadoff guy if I've ever seen one.
He leads the team in leadoff shit. He just does leadoff things well.
He does a ton of leadoff shit and is still batting third on this.
I didn't see it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they did the old double steal, but
who was I just talking about?
Yeah, Hoskins. What the fuck is up with Hoskins? He almost got picked off last night. He got obviously that awful pickoff. They did a double steal again, but they were both safe. Hoskins stole second. Harper stole home.
It's more and more frustrating every time I see Joe Girardi over manage, and it seems like he does that often.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about how bad he was, obviously all season on our other podcast and shit. But I feel like even more recently, like within the last week, it's just been amplified. Like he's just doing wild stuff now. It's just I don't know why he just keeps sending fucking Hoskins wheel spinning. Dude's slow as hell.
It's actually unbelievable. Give me 1 second. I need to know if he's leading in steals.
He's leading our team, definitely.
No, I know he's leading the Phillies in steals. I don't know why I said steals. I meant saves. But yeah, Melanson has 29 saves right now, which leads all of baseball. And I would assume
he's going to have 50 saves.
And I assume how many blown does he have? He has 4 blown saves, which the Phillies would love that. I believe he's tied for third. Yeah, he's tied for third in blown saves. So, I don't know. Teray should not be on. Teray actually shouldn't be on the field. He shouldn't be looked at. We'll talk about this on the Diamond Club.
Yeah, on Monday.
On Monday.
We have a wild 8 days, though.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a wild 8 days, and I don't know. That's really the biggest thing is we're going to see where teams are going to actually be shaped out. Like you're going to see where the Phillies are going to be by the end of this week. You could that whole tune of them being aggressive could drastically change. So
they got 8 days. If they they're winning today 4-1, but if they lose next 4 out of 5 going into the trade deadline, they might just fucking back off a little bit, which I would understand.
Back off. It seems that they don't want to be sellers at all. Which
so they're just going to run it back next year.
Yeah,
if so. But
and you got good.
I was going to say next Thursday's podcast, our episodes, we're going to have so much to talk about just on the the trade aspect of it. It's going to be even right before or during our show, we're probably going to have fucking shit going down. So it's going to be a lot on the fly.
Do you remember when we were younger and teams used to wait until the trade deadline day, and there would be 30 trades in one day, and it would just be baseball tonight would actually be on during the day because they just did a whole trade deadline special. That used to be the best day ever. I remember Manny Ramirez got traded to the Dodgers. Yeah, when Manny Ramirez got traded to the Dodgers, that was the most mind blowing shit. When I was younger, I was like, how could they do this? I mean, now that I look at it, Manny was a moron. Why would you keep this dude on your team and think that you guys are going to continuously succeed with him doing dumbass shit?
Yeah,
there was points where he just he was just I just don't want to show up today, and they were just all right. And then it became a funny thing, oh, it's Manny being Manny. No, this is a fucking business, dude.
It's fucking just got away with it because he was a fucking absolute freak offensively.
He's one of the greatest. He might be the greatest right-handed hitter other than Albert Pujols that I ever actually got to watch.
Yeah. They would have to be one too. I mean, I guess Trout. I don't even Trout's up there, but
Trout's going to be of course.
I feel but I do feel them two are a little above him, offensively. But
it was just the shit. It was the shit they were able to Manny would just torch a ball, and do you remember the one ball? Before we get off here, I remember there was a playoff game with the Dodgers. I forget who they played, but he like goffed it. He didn't even get a full swing on it. He like just tapped it, and it went like 5 to 6 rows up into Dodger Stadium into left center field. Like it was an absolute bomb, and he barely.
I don't
even
remember
touched
that
it.
like off the top of my head.
I'll
but like
after
another.
This, I'll send you a video. I know I can find it. It's very easy to find with Manny Ramirez.
I was gonna say another like we talked about our favorite players. Ramirez, like you reminded me. Like Hanley Ramirez was one of my favorite players, and he was obviously in the Phillies division as well. When he played for the Marlins coming up, dude, he was like I was like, this is gonna be the next big thing. Shortstop, power, speed, everything. Then he just got like chubby.
There was a point where I swear to God, Hanley Ramirez like transformed into Manny Ramirez.
Yeah, he
was on his
body.
Diet.
Yeah,
it was just like, and he just stopped caring. He was just like, all right, I'm just really good at baseball, but I am going to give you half of what I really can be because I just don't care anymore.
Yeah, because he was a stud, dude. I was like, this guy's going to hit 40. I thought like Acuna type shit, like a 40-40 guy. Like this guy has all the potential, and then he was just like, I'd rather just be chubby. Like I'd rather just be really good and fat.
He was one guy that like. He was one guy that like it really like growing up when I was like obviously I'm a Red Sox fan, so like it was really really hard to see him get traded.
Yeah,
I remember being really upset that he got traded. I mean, don't get me wrong, hindsight, the Red Sox ended up winning the World Series because of that.
Yeah,
because they got Josh Beckett, Mike Lowell, guys like that from the Marlins, but like that was like a big deal. Like they traded Hanley Ramirez. It was kind of like how they did when they traded Chris Sale, but they traded Moncada. Yeah, but Moncada was like the big deal.
Yeah, he was. Kopech was just a fucking flamethrower at that point. Now he's pitching very well
because he's learned how to pitch.
Yeah,
instead of just
he's still relieving, right? He's not.
I think so. Yeah, which is perfect for him right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think, to be honest, he doesn't ever have to come back into the rotation. He could
I don't know why.
Just a dominant reliever.
100%. Dude throws. Obviously throws gas, sliders, disgusting. Like he's just a good pitcher.
Absolutely, but. Dan, that's all I have for tonight. I mean, do you have anything else?
Nah, that's all. I just like feel like next Thursday, it's like it could just literally probably be a fucking trade show. Like, I mean, we're not going to go in here and start selling things. Not that kind of trade show, but like trade deadline show. I mean, I could bring some products.
We can make this a product trade show. We can just start holding up like lamps, put tags on them, stuff like that. If that's what you want.
Do you want this mug full of rocks for some reason that's under my bar?
Yeah, because we are podcasting this for the buzz, and they got what you need.
They do.
Boom, did it again. I did it again.
We got whatever you need here at the buzz, baby. We got mugs full of rocks. I could frost it too. I'll put it in the freezer. You can buy it next week, $7.99. 4 payments of $2.
But all right, Danny, I'll getting off here. Great talking to you, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Go on to Apple Podcasts. Go into Spotify. Go into YouTube. We are on all three. We also have we're on Twitter, the Frozen Rope Podcast. The Frozen Rope Pod, I believe, is the handle. We're also on Facebook. Go on there and follow that. Other than that, we are out.